Delilah was a very talkative woman. Ter was not very talkative at all. They made quite a pair. Her excitement almost caused Ter to drive them off the road at several points. But the boy didn't mind. Their easy manner settled him and his heart. They never asked many questions pertaining to his past, or what he was running from, but they didn't shy away from it either. He was something that people wanted. It was their reasoning why they wanted him, why they pursued him, that made his final decision. If malice, like the organization, he would run and never look back. He sensed no malice or ulterior motive from these people. They hadn't even asked for the money in his pockets, but he helped pay for things anyway. Their soft chatter and the almost constant hum of the radio was like a balm on his tired soul. Wherever they were taking him, wherever home was, it wasn't close. But that might have had something to do with how much he ran in the first place, and how long they had been on his tail. Against all odds, he liked them. He liked them a lot. So, kiddo? Delilah turned in her seat, poised to ask him a question he hadn't really been listening to. How you faring back there? You're awful quiet. He just shrugged. He was quiet from birth. It was a personality flaw. He was also calm. Delilah seemed to know, and a smile lit up her face. Well, aren't you just a sight? She asked, but it wasn't a question. She had taken a real shine to him early on. They were the kindest people he had ever known. Even Ter's brisk nature was filled with warmth he hadn't known from before. No alarm bells had rung since he stepped out of that store so many days ago, so many miles. He gazed out the window and dozed as the sun shrank back from the horizon. Ter's strong hand led him from the car to a motel that night, and sleep took him easily. This was their new normal. His new normal. They let him rest, and took watch against his requests to help. He didn't know why, but he appreciated it. His body hadn't gotten that much sleep in so long. Finally, he wasn't as tired as he had been before. It had been so long since they found him and saved him. So long since he had to worry, since he thought about who he was, what he was. That he was the beginning to second guess his complacentness. His serene soul was in reach of those two he still knew next to nothing about. Why did you save me? He asked out of the blue during a lull in conversation. During a nice lapse in peaceful silence. Delilah starts and turns back to him. I told you already. We're taking you home. He shook his head. Please don't. Don't give me that. I want the truth. I know you know what I am, and that there's no place I can call home. Not truly. I want to know why. I want to know who you are. Delilah looked torn. She glanced to Ter, who shrugged after meeting her gaze. She looked to her hands before nodding nodding, bolstering herself in the face of this truth. "I was in the room," she said finally. "When you were born. Created. I helped make you." He flinched, but she continued on. "I was the only one there that could. Ter was there as well, but mainly for protection, but I'll give you the spark notes. I gave you your number, and I watched you grow. I saw your potential, but Ter saw what they had planned to do to you. We were too late, of course. My nerve wasn't like it is now. But ever since you left those people, She cuts herself off, emotions strong in her voice. She soldiers on. "I've been trying to find you for years." Softly he asks, "Why didn't you just take me then?" "I had no way of knowing, sweetheart. I didn't even know what they decided to call you. I only know the number I gave you." "They didn't. I've never had a name. I wasn't a person to them, Delilah. I was a means to an end." "Everett," Ter says, after they had fallen silent for too long. Delilah looked at Ter. He looks at her too. "Your name," he clarifies, "is Everett." "Everett," he whispered. He had a name. He looked out the car's frosty window and saw a cottage, smoke coming from the chimney. They parked out in front of it. It was so secluded, so nice. He had a home. He stepped out and took in Delilah's brilliant smile, the sun shrouding her like it was, as if she was its child. He saw Ter step to the cottage, a gentle touch to Delilah's elbow, and a warm look his way. He had a family.
Hello, it's Belle. If you enjoyed that story, please give us a thumbs up. And if you would like to hear more stories, subscribe. Tables of Fables releases weekly stories not only to YouTube, but on Instagram and Twitter too. So if you'd like to, go check us out there. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!